Hey guys, thanks for joining me today on the Dad Code Podcast. Real dads, real talk, no BS. Got a little bit of a throwback today. We got Bradley in the house. And what does he have in his hands? Of course,
it's going right through.
Absolutely, the invisible bag of Siete grain-free tortilla chips. We encourage you to go out and check out all of Siete's fine products at your favorite grocer. As always, they are the official chip of the hot sauce review, which we will be doing today. But you know what? We're going to mix it up a little bit.
Yes, we will.
We're going to be doing two reviews at once.
This is going to almost be like an old time show.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to be doing two reviews at once. We're going to review not only some hot sauces here, which we'll get into here in a second. We're also we just got back from Mexico.
Yeah, we did. The families went down to Akumal, Mexico.
Yeah,
had a really safe haven of the sea turtles.
Really good time. We're going to sample the hot sauces and tell you about what we're doing as we go, as well as review kind of our experience at the resort in Akumal. But before we do that, go ahead, go down below there. Really, it helps us out a lot if you'll go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like the video as well. Share it with all your friends. Let everybody know about the Dad Code Podcast. And check us out on all of our social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Check out all of the audio versions of all these podcasts on your favorite podcasting platform.
So, just like old school, let me go ahead and set you up.
Okay.
We're going to have a hot sauce review. We're going to talk about Mexico. Talk about our time away. But first, Blake's Blast.
I'm going to talk to you a little bit about healthcare. Now, there's two words there: health care. Caring for people who are in poor health. They come in looking for help. There shouldn't be any exceptions. There shouldn't be any special treatment. Everybody should get A+ treatment. They're at their most vulnerable. They're there because they don't know what to do. They don't have the capacity to fix themselves. Believe me, if I could, I would never go to the doctor. This instance didn't have to do with me, but it did have to do with someone who's very important to me. And when we go to the ER, you know, we're really looking for help, right?
It's a last resort.
Absolutely.
A lot of the times.
Now, I won't complain about how fast or how long it took to get in. We got in quick. We were probably in the back of in a room in the ER in less than 5 minutes. Great. We were probably seen within 10 minutes. Fantastic. But this is where it started to go downhill.
The care part?
You know, lots of tests run, chest x-rays, CT scans, blood work, questions. But they sure as heck made sure that they got our credit card. They made sure you paid for it. They gave you a 20% discount for paying for it that day. They got their money. So probably within 20 minutes, maybe 30 tops, we've got all of our tests run. We know what the problem is. We don't know why it happened. We don't know what the treatment is. We still don't know what the treatment is. 2 days later. But back to that incident, back to 2 days ago, back to Friday. We sit there for 2.5 hours in the ER. You're going to have to stay overnight. Okay, fine. 2.5 hour wait. I don't know why. Have no idea.
It seems common, but still don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. You know, I can somewhat get over this part. I guess I can. Just because I'm kind of pseudo in the medical field, I kind of understand that things just don't run smoothly sometimes. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Maybe they're busy in the ER. I'll give them that. Finally get to where we're going up to the room. It's been so long now, visiting hours are over. I can't go up to the room. And not only that, the cafeteria is closed. So I go and I get food and I bring it back. I have to bring it back to the ER so that they can take it up to the room. Okay, fine. Whatever. Weird circumstances. Gonna stay overnight. We'll figure it out in the morning. We'll have a plan, first thing in the morning. Not to mention, we're not even going into this thing could have been probably fixed in the ER, but doctors just don't like to come in sometimes for non-emergent things, which I guess this was assumed to be non-emergent. Because the next morning, I call up. Yeah, I've been sitting here. It's 10 o'clock. Haven't had any breakfast. Haven't had any food offered to me from the hospital ever since I've been here. 12 o'clock. Still haven't been offered any food. I've been trying to page the nurse on the call button. I've tried 4 times. No answer. So I'm going to take my EKG leads off to see if they come. Still no answer. Don't even come in the room. Took my blood pressure cuff off to see if they come in. Still didn't come in the room.
Jeez.
So no contact with the doctor. No consult. Apparently this is, I hope, non-life threatening. So the decision's made to leave AMA against medical advice.
AMA.
Now, here's the fun part. Like I said, there should never be any exceptions. Shouldn't have to have special treatment. Not only is this person that I had there who was being supposed to be treated, not only was she a nurse, she was a nurse that worked in their system. She actually works across the street from the hospital. How does that make any sense? All I know is healthcare's got a lot of problems. We all know that. But the lack of empathy, the lack of care in healthcare is astonishing to me at the moment. And I thought that this particular hospital, maybe even this particular hospital system, might have been better than most. But I'm calling you out, TRISTAR Healthcare. You delivered poor healthcare, poor continuity of care. Actually, there was no care. All you did was house her for a night, ran up a bill. You got your money. You let her stay the night. God knows what the bill is going to be. She's going to have to fight this through insurance. All I know is there was not much health care going on at this hospital. Do better, TriStar Healthcare. Do better. This was a dad rant. Glad I got that off my chest.
Yeah. Now we can go to happier times.
Are we? I don't know. Let's talk about our hot sauce first here before we get started on everything else.
Brought to us by
an
old friend from the past.
Yeah, everybody remembers Woos, right?
Woos,
yeah.
We got a lot of
this was one of our more popular episodes, right?
From people that I knew from my work said, I need to try some Woos. So I'm telling you, the word of mouth works.
I mean, honestly, everybody, this is the one that we tried. It was their ultimate hot sauce. Very good flavor. Not super duper hot. I mean, I think what I said in that episode was you could put it on just about anything as much as you want and not regret it.
They're based out of Charleston, South Carolina. I don't believe that they've really marketed much this way yet, right?
I have.
So that's
not
why
seen
we
them
haven't really
anywhere.
heard of them.
Where I saw them was on Instagram, which everybody can go check out their Instagram page. Woo's Hot Sauce. It's WOOS exclamation point. But since we've done this one, they've come out with 2 more flavors here.
Okay.
We have one, the Hurricane Hot Sauce, which if you look on the back here, this is the one we did first. It has the hot-o-meter.
Hot-o-meter.
This says that this is a medium or a heck. This is a heck, which looks like a medium.
Very, very edible.
So this Hurricane Hot Sauce says that it's hot. So it's got a little more heat to it.
Yeah.
And they stepped it up even farther.
Okay.
They have one, and this one looks like death. It says Woo's Good Luck Hot Sauce.
You know I'm not afraid of
Newberry
that.
is nervous. Look at him. It's on the hot-o-meter. there are some ugly words written there, but it's
Oh.
all the way pegged to the side.
There's an H followed by a bunch of symbols.
So what we're going to do is we're not only going to be reviewing this, we're also going to be reviewing the resort that we stayed at in Mexico. It's Secrets Akumal. As we're doing that, we're gonna be sampling this as we go along, and hopefully we are able to hold up here once we get into the farther down the line here, and then we will comment on each whenever we finish up reviewing Akumal, Secrets Akumal. So first, we'll start off with the original, the ultimate hot sauce. This one was very good. I do remember it. But let's go ahead and, you know what? Is that new? I think that's new. I don't think that there was a plug on the first one, right?
I don't.
They got a little
one.
plug there, which is fine. I actually appreciate it pouring this out onto here. Again, pouring this out onto our Siete grain-free tortilla chips
with hint of lime.
Yeah. All right. It does come out slower. I will say that. It does come out a lot slower.
No rush. We're
not at
talking
all.
about.
Not at all. I would normally put a lot more on here. Limited a little bit here by the governor on this thing. But anyways, ultimate hot sauce. Here we go.
Go ahead and you can leave that
Mm-hmm.
tab right there. I may dip into some more during our discussion.
All right. Secrets Akumal.
So first, look, we've talked about on the Dad Code podcast many times. It's always good to refresh yourself.
Yeah.
Do you have to necessarily go to Mexico to refresh yourself? No. But I feel like since COVID times, this was something that both of our families have been talking about for a while is, look, we want to get away,
like really get away
and experience that all-inclusive feel.
Yeah.
And we finally did it.
We did.
We finally booked it. Once it's booked, that's it.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. So Secrets Akumal, where is Akumal?
So what you do from Nashville, you hop on a plane. We flew into Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yep.
And we flew into Cancun, Mexico.
Yep. So you fly into Cancun, Mexico. Is it how far was it from Cancun? Or was it in Cancun?
Was it about
an hour and 10?
50, 60 miles down the coast from Cancun?
Straight south.
So we're getting out of the more populous areas.
Yep. I believe it was south of Playa del Carmen.
Okay.
I think so. I think that's right. But it was about an hour and 10, hour and 15-minute drive from the airport to there. Just straight. It was all coast, like Newberry said. Straight shot. But so I have stayed at a Secrets resort before. So that's kind of how we stumbled upon this. As you know, when we went to Mexico for our honeymoon 15 years ago, we stayed at a Secrets resort in Cancun. So we were exploring some of their options that they had just because we knew personally what that quality was going to be like. And of course, I was going out on a limb because I was the one sitting here saying, you guys enjoyed, the Dominican, but I was like, you go to Mexico, you're going to have, an unbelievable customer service experience there just because there's the people there know how to take care of you. And I think that's what we ended up seeing there personally. I don't know how you feel about it.
The same. I feel like, excuse me while I pour some more woos, but, as soon as you get off your van, man, they come up to you, they're greeting you, very happy to take the bags off your hands there.
Yeah, you tried to carry your bags. I was like, no.
Let them do their work. Cookies, drinks, welcome, come get under these.
A cold towel. We had a cold towel
greeting. Yeah. And just the sense of you walk into this, it's still open air, but it's like a covered area, and it's got very nice water surrounding the place. I think you can even see water in one of our pictures that we'll show you later.
Yep.
But right from the get-go, Blake It was proven true. I mean, you start to get that sense of we're here to provide customer service to you. This is your vacation. Let us do the work for you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I got from the very beginning. It's what I expected just from my previous experience at a Secrets Resort. They had 3 pools, Newberry.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about those.
Quiet pool.
Yep.
We never even put our foot in it.
No, it was honestly, I saw it once.
They had it sounded like some music maybe playing around it, but it wasn't like the party music.
It was very much
Tranquil.
isolated.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you really wanted peace and quiet
to read,
this is where you were going to go.
Yeah,
that was clear. But and then they had 2 other pools, that were a little bit more rowdy, right? And they kind of progressively got rowdy the farther towards the beach that you got, right?
Yeah.
So
what was the next one? Was the next one what they called the activity pool?
I don't think they actually called that one the activity pool. I think the front one was called the activity pool because that's where they did all the activities, right?
The infinity pool.
I don't know. They may have called it the activity pool. I have no idea because maybe that's where they did the other activities next to. I don't know. But the bottom line is they have 3 options. Really, really good size swimming pools too. They're not just little bitty pools, and they're not all connected either.
No.
The farthest front, the infinity pool that Bradley was talking about here, is where the swim up bar was, which is where we ended up
most of our day.
Spent a lot of time.
Swim up bar. They had throughout the day activities.
Yeah, had a little pool volleyball.
Pool basketball.
They had a football something or other. Like a combine almost.
Throwing through the ring.
Yep. And who threw one through the?
I mean, it did look like a helicopter.
Oh, but come on. Whatever.
Mine was a tight spiral.
Right into the breadbasket of the defender.
No. Both of mine hit the rims.
Whatever.
But
whatever, dude. Whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better. That's all I know.
Had a button point on it.
Button point, whatever. Anyways, lots of activities. They had beach volleyball as well.
That one hurt.
Yeah, we had an injury towards the end, which we'll get into that here in a little bit too. The beach was very nice. One of
they did a lot of work, man. It's not easy this time of year in Mexico. We've got the seaweed coming in there from West Africa.
It was a concern for some people in our party. Obviously, my wife was the one who's the main one concerned about it.
And believe me, where we were, we could look about 200, 300 yards either way, and we would see beaches that weren't being raked or maintenance. I mean, these guys were working hard.
Yeah, to be clear, every morning they were going out there and literally with rakes going out there and raking up this. I mean, there's a lot of seaweed that comes in.
Yeah.
Now, it's probably not as bad as it is in other places because at Secrets Akumal,
it's more protected.
Well, it's very well protected by the reef. There's a natural reef. It's the resort's set on an inlet where there's a reef protecting it, which kind of leads us to some of the other activities. New, tell us something about that.
We definitely did some snorkeling. So we went with a strategy of not purchasing our own snorkel gear.
Right.
So what you do if you go there with no gear at all, they have a stand. It's probably called Water Activities stand, and the mask and the what am I thinking of here? The mask and the life jacket things, they're free. Just first come, first serve. The snorkel part itself, no longer renting. So $5. And then that's yours for the entire trip. So we enjoyed that. Saw fish. I saw stingray.
Yep. Didn't see any turtles. That was one of the big attractions that would have been cool to see, but it's not. I mean, look, is what it is, right? So because there's this reef here, this is a natural place where all the sea turtles come to lay their eggs and
we saw some of that. We saw nests.
Yeah, there were nests on the beach that we were on, which was kind of cool. But you can see the kind of the walk out here. That's me at the end of that walkway there with my Burka shirt on, observing the beach. Very nice. I mean, there were tons and tons of umbrellas out there that they were waiting on you hand and foot, bringing drinks to you. They bring you food. I mean, they'll bring you anything you want, basically. Yep. All you had to do was ask, and they got it out there lickety split. But so yeah, very, very cool opportunity for activities there. As far as our accommodations, what was your opinion on the accommodations as far as the rooms and everything? Because I feel like, me personally, that was a pretty nice room, in my opinion.
It's pretty nice. What did we end up doing? We ended up upgrading to preferred club.
Yep.
I thought that was worth it.
Absolutely it was. And what it did is it gave us the opportunity to go into a preferred club area. Mm-hmm. A couple areas, actually. There was a restaurant that only served breakfast, I do believe, to preferred club folks. It was next to the middle pool, which I thought was really cool. And it also allowed us to go to they had a preferred bar, and that's where all some of the top shelf stuff was. And that was cool. They served, breakfast and lunch there, you kind of hors d'oeuvre type stuff.
Dude, and I'd argue that because we were preferred club, I thought the checkout went super smooth and easy.
I had that
going
feeling
to the
too.
Preferred club to check out instead of going all the way back up front.
Mm-hmm.
I swear that was super easy. I thought
100%
scenario.
100%. Very glad we did that. The room was great. Had a mini bar. We were fully stocked every day. Had turn down service. All this had a jacuzzi in our room. It had a hot tub or a jacuzzi or whatever you want to call it out on the balcony as well. We opted not to do the swim out pool just because we thought that was kind of useless.
You know what? I was about to bring that up. We opted not to upgrade fully to the swim out, but as we observed, we walked around this whole campus, if you will. I don't know that it was going to be worth it after looking at it.
Yeah,
that would be my advice. That
would be my advice, because you're swimming. It's not your own pool.
No,
you're sharing it with everybody on the bottom
connected bottom floor thing.
And I just don't know that was.
Is that a benefit?
I don't think it. I think it's something that people would think that would be a good thing.
If you just want to dip your toes in the water.
I think if they got there and did it, they'd be like,
that's not really
worth it. Yeah. Moving along here on the hot sauce front, we're jumping into the Hurricane. This is going to be a step up in heat, folks. But yeah,
rooms. I mean,
room service was good.
Yeah,
you had the chocolate cake or something, right?
Both of us ordered room service, and it was very easy. I thought getting someone to come get our trays were very easy. They have a little iPad, a tablet up there. Yep. You just request tray pickup.
Yep.
Put it in their secret box or whatever they called it.
Yep.
Boom.
They don't even see them. Yep. You won't ever even see them. Won't ever even know they came. Restaurant options. What they have, 4 or 5?
Oh, more than that.
I can't remember. So they had the hibachi. Hibachi was very good. Had the French. You went to the French, right? It was very good.
My wife's favorite. Italian.
That might have been my favorite, was the Italian. It was phenomenal. We had an unbelievable bottle of wine there from the, what do you call that? Sommelier or whatever it is. The wine expert dude.
Not me.
The Mexican place was probably the biggest disappointment. But it was, there were probably some circumstances surrounding that, if I had to guess.
You had the crowd favorite was the hibachi place.
Yeah. Yep. Hibachi. I said hibachi.
We enjoyed kind of the street food that would come out every afternoon and every day.
You know, we're talking about these, talking about the restaurants, but you just take 2 steps and you're gonna find a different pop-up thing.
Yeah. And
some of that food was just as good, if not better, than some of the food we ate at the restaurants. Like the food that we would eat for lunch. I think we had tacos one day.
Oh man, that guy was fun to talk to.
Oh man, I think his name was Victor or something like
Victor in his taco bar.
Yeah, he was up to no good there. I mean, al pastor, tacos,
So good.
birria, steak, barbacoa.
Of course, the chicken.
Unbelievable. As far as all that goes. But even like the burgers, I felt like were pretty good.
I didn't even get a chance to taste a burger.
I did because my wife ordered one. Ordered a Cuban sandwich.
Okay.
It was unreal.
All right.
It was actually one of the best Cuban sandwiches I've ever had.
You know what the girls really liked? Pizza.
They had a stone fire pizza right next to the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And we were waiting all week. We were like, when they go fire that thing up? Because when we got there, they said, yeah, they've been serving pizzas all week. Like, shit. Did we miss it? But it was well worth it. It was well worth the wait, shall I say. My wife got quesadillas, very good. There was every single night there was something to do. They had something going on.
You know what? Another kind of a pop-up thing that I enjoyed? The ice cream man.
Yeah, he did.
I kind of wish he was here now because this second one's a little more.
But what else was
So they have a dance club type of thing that was upstairs. I don't believe it was quite open. They had a sports bar open.
Yeah, this resort was fairly new, right?
It's less than 10 years old.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6 or 7, maybe I don't know. Drinks. Let's talk about drinks.
Drinks. Okay.
Sometimes when you go, whoops, I just spit a chip. Sometimes when you go to these resorts, the fear is that you're getting watered down drinks. I can confirm we did not have watered down drinks. And we were watching them open brand new bottles of 1800 tequila, and I'm talking about a 3 or 4 second pour. Stuff that in the United States, I'd get somebody killed.
It wasn't even half and half. I mean, they were putting.
No,
it was more like a third and 2/3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it didn't matter if it was rum based, tequila based. Heck, my Jack and Coke.
Yeah, a lot of times I felt like, so I ordered a Bloody Mary one morning, and I like tomato juice. That's why I get Bloody Marys. But this was just enough tomato juice to color the drink, so to speak. So it was, the drinks were top notch. The staff was really good about kind of keeping everybody moving, keeping everybody happy with all that. If you wanted to take the big metal cup, you could. They'll fill it up for you. That Bradley did that. I didn't want to keep up with it, so I didn't. But yeah, the drinks were great. The food was great.
Dude, that's the swim up bar. Let's just say, have a little patience there. You know, they had 2 gentlemen working. It seemed like that was the most that was working the swim up bar at any one time. So have a little patience. They'll get to you. Believe me, they'll get to you. And you don't have to. You don't have to tip them. But by God, I tipped them. I tipped the gentleman one morning because of the job he did the previous day.
Yeah, I mean,
and when I tipped him,
right?
Guess where his eyes kept looking the rest of the day?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is they go out there and they bust it.
They're busting their asses.
You don't have to tip.
No,
them. It's all inclusive.
No,
they know that. They know the only way they're getting a tip is to go above and beyond
to serve. Yep.
And man, did they ever! Every single time. I mean, every person that we interacted with, I felt like went above and beyond.
Yeah, you and your wife had great experiences with just we'd call them waiters basically that were around the pool area.
Yeah, I mean they took care of us all day long,
almost like 10 or 12 hours.
Yeah,
they were there for anything that you or your wife wanted.
Yeah, I mean you basically put your stuff down on a chair and they come and introduce you. Say, hey, this is my name's Ishmael. I'm going to be your guy for today, and you know, what can I do for you? Tell me anything you want, you tell me, I get it. Mm-hmm. And man, they
brought you food, drinks.
Yep. All right,
brought us a good wheelchair for God's sakes at one point.
Might need a wheelchair after this one. The good luck hot sauce.
I ain't afraid of this.
Okay. Me either. But overall, I mean, so this is the other thing. I also judge some of these resorts as what kind of diversity of countries of folks come there. Are they all just a bunch of Americans that come there?
That answer was no for
I
our
heard
trip.
French people. I heard
We
Canadian
played basketball with an Englishman.
Yeah, there were English people there, Scottish, Irish people there. I mean, there was all. I'm pretty sure there was some Russian or German folks there. I couldn't really understand them, but it was obvious that this was a well traveled resort. Like there were people from all over that come to it, and to me, that's a good sign.
That's kudos to the Secrets brand.
Absolutely. Very fairly priced, in my opinion, in comparison to a lot of the other places that are out there. I mean, I think we got a lot of bang for our buck. I really do.
Of course, the hardest part with these is going to be the flights now. If you can get there, you're good. It's just getting there sometimes.
Right. I think the worst part was coming back.
Okay.
Coming back is going down there. I didn't feel like it was that bad, but I feel like it took 3.5 days to get back. But it could have been just because we flew into a certain airport in North Carolina.
And you're also not looking forward to your trip coming to an end.
That's true.
Either.
That's true.
You're excited when you go down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think what we would do probably on a next time is we strategically picked a later flight the last day of our trip so we could not feel rushed, or maybe even like do one more thing,
right
before we left. I don't know that I would go with like the earliest flight possible, but I wouldn't go out of my way next time to pick a late flight. Probably.
Right. And just kind of take an extra day off, from work or something. That way you don't have to.
But we already
missing something.
We already talked about the checkout process was super easy in Preferred Club. You hop back on your little private van thing and head back to Cancun, and everything seemed easy again at Cancun's airport.
Yeah, well, there might have been a little bit of a reason why there was an easier time. If you look here in this picture, who is standing in front of Bradley, there's some wrappage on an ankle.
Just had to play one more game of beach volleyball.
Lots of alcohol and beach volleyball. Yeah, my ankle rolled and I heard it pop 4 times, but I kept playing.
Continued to play for 50 more minutes.
So,
and now
she came back over to the chair and we were like, "What's wrong with your ankle?" Because it was about 3 times the size it was supposed to be.
And now it's pretty much out until September 1st.
Yeah, it is. So she had like a grade 3 sprain and an avulsion fracture of her fibula. So it is. That was a little bit interesting there, on the last day we were there, because the resort was a little bit freaking out. Let's be honest. They were freaking out a little bit because here this white girl came down here and got seriously, in their eyes, seriously injured. Me, I deal with broken bones every day. Me, I'm like, this isn't an emergency. And of course, they're like, she needs to go to a medical center. No, she doesn't. She needs ice. She needs wrap.
Elevation.
She needs elevation. She needs Tylenol. Of course, we're in Mexico. She could have got something a lot stronger than a Tylenol. She could have got a narcotic if she wanted it. I saw them in the gift shop, which, by the way, the gift shops were phenomenal. Holy crap. It was like a borderline mall.
But that wasn't all. You had the gift shops, and just like the pop-up food, they had pop-up mall basically that came out one night.
Yeah, pop-up vendors, yeah. And we bought some stuff. I bought a little nightlight for my son, kind of an engraved Sonic nightlight for him. It was
is the ice cream truck near?
Newberry's feeling the heat a little bit.
I'm going back for more though.
Yeah.
Thank you, Woos.
But all in all, if we're going out of a 5-star rating system, I'm calling Secrets Akumal. It's probably a solid 4-star for me.
Oh yeah, it'd be between 4 and 5. You can
Yeah.
call it 4.5 if you want, but it's our overall experience. Even forget the broken ankle thing, but
Oceana. We forgot about the seafood restaurant. That's the one I couldn't think of. Sorry.
our overall experience was so good that she's would consider it again. And I'm telling you, that's not easy in my household because for whatever reason,
I snorted the hot sauce. Sorry.
For whatever reason, the idea of vacationing in Mexico never appealed to her.
Yep.
And
we pushed hard.
After this experience with Secrets and Secrets of Akumal, I believe she's open to trying other resorts in Mexico.
I was going to ask you because we didn't talk about this before the show. I'm interested to hear Dominican and Mexico. How does that? I mean, they're different. Obviously, there's different stuff at each place as far as their offerings. But what was your in comparison? How did it do?
So, for full disclosure, we did not stay at a Secrets in Dominican Republic.
I've heard good things about the Secrets Resort, though, from folks there about the Secrets in the Dominican.
So we're comparing it with Colonial Majestic in Dominican Republic versus Secrets Akumal in Mexico. And what stands out is the customer service, how they made you feel personalized, personable in Secrets of Akumal. Colonial Majestic, beautiful place. Gosh, so beautiful.
Yeah, crystal clear water, I'm sure.
I would say there's maybe a plus side is the water and the water experience. But Secrets Akumal, you give them the plus side of the resort itself.
Yeah.
And how you were treated. It's just felt
it's
more personable.
What I'm hearing is it's kind of island time versus really attentive staff. It's not that the Dominican isn't attentive. It's a little bit slower pace.
And it could have just been where
it's just different.
Been where we stayed. Now,
well, that's the thing.
Secrets we want to try Secrets in Dominican Republic.
Yeah, we'd love to try it out, Secrets, if you want to send us there. please send it to us.
We may get the best of both worlds.
Absolutely.
But there's other Secrets in Mexico that we can try out. Maroma?
Yeah, I've heard great things about that. We got a list of them now. We'd love to be able to go to over the next few weeks, even or months, but obviously there's the money issue. But we will be there, I'm sure, at some point.
If you got any other questions, send them to this guy.
Yeah.
You can hit him up on Twitter.
Absolutely. You can
leave a comment.
Yeah, put it down in the comments.
Leave the question right here on YouTube. We'll answer you. We're there.
Absolutely. We're here to answer those questions. Anything you might have curiosity about, we're glad to answer it. They have a very popular spa too down there, which we didn't even utilize because we were having so much fun doing other things.
Oh yeah, the swim up bar.
But anyways, very good experience. Everybody should check it out. Secrets Akumal, travel agent, whatever you want to use. We used Costco.
Costco Travel.
Yeah, absolutely.
They made it easy. Thank you, Costco.
Absolutely.
Woo!
All right, let's talk a little woos here again. So we started off with the ultimate hot sauce, like we did. We've reviewed this before. It's very good.
Very easy.
You could literally put that on anything, not have any worries about burning your face off. All right, moving into the hurricane hot sauce. A little bit of a step up in heat.
I can taste it. Yeah.
There was some step up. I would say this one is about
a 2.
If we're going on 1 to 10,
to 5.
1 to 5. All right, we'll go 1 to 5. If we're going on a 1 to 10 scale, the ultimate, the first one.
That's all easy.
It's a solid
easy.
1.
Yeah.
That's a solid 1. The hurricane is probably in the middle there, probably 2.5, 3 if you're really sensitive to it, but you still feel like you can eat this without, dying, basically.
Or nibbling around it.
The flavor is it's the same flavor. That's a good thing for me.
Consistency.
Absolutely. I love that.
And then we had the Good Luck
hot sauce. Now this one looks quite a bit more mean than the others. This was a decent step up in heat. It's not a 5 in heat. I'm not even 100% sure it's a 4. Yeah. I think it's like a 3.5. Yeah. There are differences here. There are differences. You can definitely feel the heat a little more on this one. But for me, it was a late hitting heat. Does that make sense? Like you eat it, you swallow it, then you get the slow burn on your tongue. It's not one of those that you eat and your lips light on fire. We've had some of those on this show before. But for me, I think this is a good progression in hot sauce because these guys are all about developing the flavors in the hot sauce rather than having it necessarily be a gimmick.
Like a funny, haha,
gotcha. Yeah, like, oh my God, you ate that. Oh, my. Yeah, for them, this is all look, these are food nerds that made this. These guys that made this, the Woos guys, they made this because they're food nerds and they love good tasting food, and they wanted a hot sauce to be able to put on stuff that they didn't have to worry about, having to run to the bathroom 5 minutes later or something like that. But for me, these are very good. As a group of 3, I think this rate's very high. If you're going to go on a scale of 5, I still think this is like a 4 for me.
This is a good.
All 3 of them are really, really good. It's just enough spice that you can get what you need out of it. As far as if you really like spicy stuff, you can get that from this. The more that you put, the more of this you put on there, you're going to get more heat. These, I think I like the Hurricane the best. It's kind of the best balance of all of them. But obviously the ultimate, I mean, I don't think Brad even got any of the last bottle because I ate it so fast because it was so good. I was literally putting it on everything. I was putting it on steak, eggs, everything.
It's a great lineup, man. I think, Woos, thank you for trusting us to do these reviews. But I'm telling you what, the people that talk to us directly, they're very interested. I think that you would have a market here in Middle Tennessee for your product.
Absolutely.
And just let us know. I mean, if you need us to do anything else, say anything else about your brand, we will. You can always, everyone listening, you can email these fine people at info@wooshotsauce.com. Blake's already told them you can find them on Instagram and other places.
Yep. Just
good stuff.
Really good stuff. Really good people. Get it. Really, really and truly. I mean, right now, small businesses, up and coming businesses are something that are just should be cherished in this country, particularly since everything that we went through with COVID, where we lost a lot of small businesses. I'm glad to say that, Woos is allowing us to be able to review this. And I'm telling you, you need to get out and get you some of this stuff. Make sure that this company blows up, gets in a Walmart, gets in a Kroger, gets in something like that, because these are the type of companies that we want to support, the homegrown kind.
I want them to be the next Siete.
Absolutely.
We love our Siete family.
Absolutely. Well, Newberry, that was a hot sauce review and
Secrets, Akumal,
absolutely.
Mexico review.
2 reviews in 1. Can you believe it? So multi-talented. But thanks for joining us today on the Dad Code Podcast for this hot sauce review and this vacation resort review. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button on the way out. Follow us on Rumble. Give us a Rumble while you're there. Tell your friends all about this. Share it with them. Let everybody know that we're pretty cool guys and we do some pretty cool and funny stuff, as well as stuff like this where we like to review stuff that we think is worthwhile. Brad, got anything else?
Yeah, since this was kind of a throwback to the old way of doing things here on the Dad Code Podcast, don't forget, real dads, real talk,
no BS. Well, that's all we got for today. You guys be well.